The sleepers have risen.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of TwoTwins in Eve. I am your host, the Lone Wolf, and let's start with my highlight for last week, which was this C2 wormhole we found in our home system. We scanned the wormhole and did find a pause, but no one on the scan. We also found 4 sleeper sites, so we decided to chance it and go in there. Diedrich was in his damnation, Alvarez was in his Vexor, and I was in my Myrmidon. We tried to be a bit more efficient this time, so Alvarez took a salvager with him, and I was trying to scoop the loot while we were still fighting the sleepers. Things were going rather well, despite the fact that the sleepers kept trying to focus fire the Tech 1 fitted Vexor, and we managed to clear the first 2 sites without incident. After that we picked up a 4th player called Blade, who is not in our corp, but he's also a Dutch-speaking EVE Online player, and whenever we have the chance we try to do some things together. Unfortunately, this is when things started to get a bit chaotic, because as soon as we entered the 3rd site, my brother and myself disconnected from the server. So this left a Tech 1 fitted Vexor and a Brutix from also a newer player, all alone in this pocket against the sleepers. Luckily we managed to reconnect very soon after that, and all we lost were a couple of drones. We decided to continue on with the site, but just a few minutes into it, a covered up ships came on D-scan. We decided to continue on with the site, because this was the first player we had seen in the wormhole, so we were assuming it was just someone checking it out like us. But he did launch a probe, and when around 5 minutes later he came back on D-scan, well, we decided it was time to prepare our exit. So I went back to scout the wormhole, because we didn't want to get caught by surprise by a small fleet warping in, or residents planting a bubble on the wormhole. And when a few minutes later a 2nd ship came on D-scan, and after that a Proteus appeared, we decided it was time to leave, so we exited the wormhole. Luckily for us, we did manage to finish the 3rd site, and from that battleship we even got a nano ribbon, so that made the gamble pay off for that night. It was a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. Moving on to news of the week, CCP Soundwave came in with a dev block and his nerfbat, and it was aimed straight at 0-0 and the jump bridges. What this means is that they're going to implement 3 changes to the jump bridge system. The first one is going in next week, so the 17th, and they are going to make it so that all ships that have jump drives can no longer use the jump bridges. So this is for all the capitals, super capitals, and also for the jump freighters. The only ships that are exempt from this are the Black Ops ships. The 2nd and 3rd change are coming next month. First of all, they are going to limit the number of jump bridges to 1 per system, and they are going to increase the fuel bay to 3 times its previous size. I can imagine that this is going to help with the logistics for jump bridges, which is mostly done by jump freighters now. As you can imagine, this caused quite a firestorm in the comments, which has become a 68-page dreadnought, with mostly Northern Coalition members being against the change, and Pandemic Legion really enjoying their tears. Myself, I'm for this change. I think this should not have come as a surprise. Even for me, who isn't active in 0-0, I've only been following some of the threads and some of the communication from CCP in the dev blogs, and I was fully expecting a jump bridge nerf. They simply weren't going to continue to allow people to move from one end of 0-0 to the other without having to go through gates. It should also be noted that these changes are part of a long-term plan for 0.0, where CCP are going to make changes together with the CSM to try and improve 0.0 life. So while I can understand some of the frustration from the players, these changes were not at all unexpected, and honestly everybody should have been planning for them. At least that's my opinion about this. Next up, some people have been asking when the next Moira PvP tournament will be. Unfortunately, Moira is currently at war with the Star Fraction, so it's not looking like the next tournament will be anytime soon. On the other hand, Flash Fresh has announced on his blog that there will be a next Drunk Roam with the Bastards. So I'm going to keep an eye on that and inform you guys as soon as I know more. Hopefully I'll be able to join that roam like the previous one and make a cool video out of it. Anyway, that's it for this week, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.